Okay, I cannot minimize. Fine. Any doubt? The basic idea you received, Akhil? Okay, I hope yes then. Now it's a quick concept for DML. I mean, whatever we are doing, it's updating the tables data itself. But DQL, if we just directly run a DQL statement, the visualization, the output will be different over here. Okay, if I just trigger this query, it's a DQL statement. Then the output, we can see the tabular structures output. And based on our requirement, we can change this kind of query. I mean, based on the visualization, I want to see this data with a different manner. So that's why I can change the DQL. But that doesn't mean the tables data got updated. Tables data can only get updated by DML statement. But for visualization purpose, we have done a lots of, I mean, different criterias or different types of select statement. We are triggering it. Okay, so don't, do not overlap this two topic, DML and DQL. We'll be doing something for visualization purpose and all in DQL, but this is not updating the tables data itself. Tables data is fixed what we have last covered in DML statement. Okay, so let's go to DQL today. DQL means data query language. For the DQL, the main keyword is being used is select keyword. So I'm going to the workbench now. So select is a keyword, from is a keyword, select from employee is a table name. Okay, so that means select from employee. In employee table, if I put star over here, it will show me all the tabular columns with the data. So whatever data is present inside the entire table, it will be printing in the output grid. Okay, if I just run it, this is the output. So what is the output? How the table is consisting the data? In that employee table, we have employee ID, employee
Sorry
first
to
name.
interrupt you, Sporty. We can't see your screen.
Okay, let me reshare.
Yeah,
It
thank
is
you.
stopped just before. I mean, now you can see the screen.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
So where you have missed, can you please come again so that I can try to show this thing again? Just it stopped few
No,
times
it
ago
was,
or at the big,
I think from the beginning it was, we were not able to see the screen.
not sure why. Okay, let me then. I was talking about this thing, SQL.
Yeah. Yep. We were here when the screen stopped working.
Okay. So I think that thing, I mean, the quickly recap for you actually, Akhil, I think that I mean, the overview is fine. So you can quickly check from the recording. From the today's session,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
just started from this DQL. Okay.
Okay.
And we just opened this database. This is our second slide, data query language. And we are just working on top of that only. Okay, it's fine. So we are doing this select statement over here. We are firing the select statement in our query window. Okay, so we just created a new table for our classing. I mean, this class purpose. The table name is employee. So I'm just doing select star from employee. Okay, select from employee. It should be fine. The star thinks what star will help us? Star will help us with printing all the data with all the columns available in this employee table. Okay. Now, if I want to slice the data, slice means if we want to see few columns, not all the columns. Inside the table, we have employee ID. This is the primary key of the table. Employee first name, employee last name, employee experience, employee salary, which department he or she is belonging, and the date of birth. Okay, this is date data type. I'll be coming what is date data type. The last day I haven't worked on date data type. We have worked on varchar data type, integer data type. Okay. So date data type I'll be covering maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. But it's date data type. How we can see what is the data type? So I've just selected the table over there. How I have created the table. This is the overall tables data type. Employee ID is integer, should be nature. So whatever data I'll be inserted in employee ID, it should be always integer. Employee first name is varchar. Employee last name is varchar. Experience should be in integer. Salary should be integer. Department should be varchar. Date of birth should be date data type. It's a date data type. It's a different data type. Okay. So I have just I've done select start from employee and it's printing all the time. Now I want to slice the particular data. I mean, particular columns. That's called slicing. So suppose I want to print employee ID. So whatever column I want to print, just put those column names exact with the same naming convention and put a split the field by comma. Okay. Suppose employee ID, I do not want to check the name, experience, department, DPT. Okay. These three columns I want to see. Just instead of star, put these three columns with commas separated. The last one should not be put comma. Before from, there will be no comma. Okay, the last column, after the last one, there will be no comma. Just trigger it. You can see it's been slicing from the entire tables. It's slicing only these three columns. And it's presenting in front of us. But the table doesn't have only these three columns. Table has all the columns. In the select, I just mentioned in DQL, we will be visualizing the table with different manner. That doesn't mean the table's data got updated. Okay. It's called slicing. Slicing is also called column level filtering. So we are filtering out few of the columns from the visualization. We are just printing our desired columns. Okay. Now the concept should be row level filtering. Row means record level. I have filtered on top of only column level. It's called slicing. Now, if we just go ahead with row level filtering, what we have to use? Let me just pull all the records first. Select star from employee. I'm executing it. Okay. Now it's the concept of row level filtering. There we must need to use the where clause. Okay, Parth. We use the same where clause in the last chapters while doing some DMS statement. If you can remember, delete, especially delete and update.
Yes.
Where means we are filtering out the particular execution to be done on top of particular rows only. So suppose I want to select the employee data based on okay. So the IT department, whose department equal to IT. So select start from employee where department equal IT. So when I put any character, just I need to enclose with a single quote. If it's an integer, we do not have to put any single quote. We can put, we cannot put, doesn't matter. But for varchar data type department is a varchar. When I'm just printing any data under varchar, we need to put a single quote. So select star from employee where department equal IT. Let me trigger this. I can see only the three records, the particular, employees who are belonging from department IT, those are been visible over here. Okay, so it's called row level filtering or simply filtering, but we need to use this where clause. Okay, so this filtering concept can be implemented with multiple ways. Let me show you how we can do this thing. We can use a comparison operator. How to do that? we have the salary, we can compare it. Okay, let me trigger the entire thing. Okay, so suppose I have the requirement, I have to print the data whose salary is more than 1 lakhs per month. Okay, so over here, salary is salary per month only. The column means salary per month. It's in INR. Okay, so I can put where salary. In the previous session, we have used equal to. Over here, I can use some 1 lakh value. Okay, let's trigger it. It's an integer column. We can put quote, we cannot put, there will be no issue. I can see only these 4 records is having, or these 4 particular employee, those are having salary greater than 1 lakhs per month. Okay, especially they are belonging from BUIT team, BA business analyst, BPO team with the larger experience of 20 years, HR. So those 3 departments persons who are having who is having a lots of experience have crossed the salary more than 1 lakhs per month. Okay, so what are the different kind of restricting selection using keyword? So in the last example, we have put equal to. Okay, let me show you in the department DEPT. I have chosen equal to that time IT. But if we want to do multiple selection, suppose I want to see IT and BPO, the employees of IT and BPO, then we cannot use equal to sign. Equal to sign can be useful when we'll be printing only one clause or only one data inside where clause. Okay. Now I want to see IT and BUIT. Sorry, you were telling anything?
No, no, Swaptik, you can continue.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's a noise. Okay, fine. So I want to see IT and BUIT. There we cannot use equal. They will be throwing error. If we are choosing multiple things more than one, then we just have to use in keyword. Okay. And as there are multiple elements just enclosed in within a bracket. So department in IT and BUIT. This is the output. This is the output. I want to add BPO as well. Let me add BPO. So multiple selection or multiple in the where clause, if we want to check the data based on multiple values, just put in clause and put those things. Sorry, I have to select everything. This is the output. Okay, so that is how we need to put in keyword. Okay, now the third one, it's very, very important. Restrict based on pattern matching. So if we want to check a while character, suppose the requirement is such like, I am the owner of the company. I am impressed with a particular presentation from a particular employee during a presentation. So there I cannot recall the name of the employee. I want to highlight or I want to check the career of that particular companies. Particular employees from my company's profile. So I just remember that what I can remember, the particular employee's surname is starting with D. Okay, I just remember this thing. I do not have anything in my mind. So I just told the IT people that help me with the employee list whose surname is starting with D. So how we can do this thing? So that the particular thing should be employee last name, the where clause. So let's start from employee, where employee last name. Okay, so we are searching with the while character specific. I just have the clue that the surname is starting with D. So there we need to use a like keyword. employee last name like within quote. D is using as a first character D and put a percent. Percent is being used over here as a while character. I know only D. D is the first character, and then I put percent. Percent is being replaced over here. We can think that the other characters can be replaced by the percent. It's a searching things with a while character. That's it. Okay, so it's helping me with the D. Starting with D, this is this. Those two are the last names. Starting with D, Datta and Durasam. So till this thing, the particular I can help to my boss or this just this like things. And now he need to identify, he or she need to identify what is the particular employee. Okay, so this is the thing how to search based on while character basis. The like keyword. Okay. Suppose the name is starting with D or the D is in the middle. So you can put this way. Percent D percent. Okay. So, I mean, any while character we can replace by this percent. Going to the next topic quickly. Restricting selection using between and keyword. So if we want to put a range of selection, then we can use between and keyword. Suppose I want to see the salary greater than 80,000, less than 1,20,000. Who is belonging to this? Or less than 1.5 lakhs LPA. 1.5 1.5 lakhs per month. Okay, sorry, not LPA. So where salary between 80,000 and 1.5 lakhs. This is the keyword. If we just want to do a range selection, so those are the employee having this salary. We can also represent the same thing in this manner. The same comparison operator, what we have covered in the first example. So salary greater than equal 80,000 and I'm putting the both of them salary less than equal. Okay. So between and keyword, it's a closed interval. They are also choosing this value as well. As you can see, 80,000 they have chosen. So that's why I put equal sign. So if they are not choosing this thing, I can remove the equal, greater than equal. Okay. So I just chosen this thing, salary this and salary this. It's showing an error. Okay, salary. I put a wrong keyword, salary. Okay, so the same kind of stuffs I have written over here. So for that thing I want to show, we can put in the where clause, we can put multiple condition in a single statement. That is, okay, what is this? Let me show you once more time. Suppose I want to see department equal IT. Let me run it. Now I want to impose another condition. Then I can put and employee last name equal Pal. This one is Pal, PL. What is the issue? Unknown column employee last name. Again, I have put some wrong naming convention. Okay, A name was there for the column name. Sorry for my. Okay, that is how I have declared the column. So I need to specify proper naming convention over here because NAME, there is no such column available with NAME. That's the error message. So unknown column employee last name in where clause. Then I quickly check whether I have really declared this column. I checked it. Yeah, I found I haven't. While declaring the column, I put NM, not NAME. So this is the error. Okay. So based on these two conditions, if we have multiple conditions, 3, 4, 5, any conditions, we can put those condition either using AND or using OR clauses. Okay. OR means it will print for this thing as well as it will print for this thing. I will put OR in between. So it will be printing for all IT as well as it will be printing for PAL. So this thing is, is a subset of this thing. As we can see, PAL is already there. There is no other having PAL surname. So this is the output of this query. Okay. Restricting based on null value. If we have any null value, I just checked in the employee table. I'm just selecting this thing. I checked the date of birth is null for fewer employees. So I can search with how to search with null value. Where DOB. For null value searching, we do not have to put equal sign or in keyword. We can use is null. Select start from employee where DOB is null. Okay. So this is the output. We do not have any date of birth available for this particular 3 employees. That's why we are getting this output. Okay. So the filtering concept is clear to everyone. Parth, is it fine?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So filtering means just, we are filtering out whatever desired record we required based on a particular conditions or criteria. We can just use this filter on top of that only. Okay. Moving to the next topic, distinct. Distinct is, suppose I want to check. Suppose my boss or maybe the company lead told me, please help me with how many departments, how many departments are available over here in this particular data set. So there I can choose select department from employee. Okay. So I can see only the department's value. IT, BU, BPO. Suppose I have thousands of records. Over here, I have very few records. Suppose I have thousands of records. So I need to print all the thousands. Then I can do one thing. So we can copy this data set and put it in Excel and remove the duplicates, find the duplicates and remove the duplicates and those kind of stuffs. So without doing these things in the Excels and all, we can directly do this thing by this distinct keyword. Okay. So before the department, just put a distinct keyword, select distinct space department from employee. Just run it. It will be helping us with the distinct data. That means removing duplicates. It's not removing the duplicates inside the table. In the tables data, it's same because we are running a DQL statement, but I'm just eliminating the stuffs over here just to checking purpose. Okay. Just for visualization purpose, I have eliminated the other department value. I have selected only the distinct values of the department, that is IT, BUIT, BPO, BA and HR. So those 5 categorical department data I have been collected. Okay. So that is how distinct work. If I just want to put distinct before multiple combinations of keyword, there will be no issues as well. But over here, we do not have such records. If I put salary, distinct department and salary, the combination of department and salary, they will be checking. If there is any duplicate combination, then they will be printing only the distinct one. But over here, the combination of department and salary, it's not duplicated. The combination of department and salary, it's not duplicated in nature. Okay. Moving to the next topic. I hope distinct is clear from everyone. Okay, column aliases. What is column aliases? So over here, I'm putting select star from employee. Suppose I want to visualize the data with a bit. Suppose EXP. I'm not sure what is EXP. I'm just displaying the same thing in front of my boss, who is a non-technical person. So there we are using underscore because, as we told, while declaring the column, we should not use space in between. It will be throwing error. In the DDL statement, we should not create, or we should not put space over there. There we can put space with some different, syntaxes as well. But generally, we should not put spaces. So, but while displaying the data in front of my boss, directly I'm doing query over here. Query means SQL query, and the data output is given over here. Suddenly, this kind of EXP available over here, but I'm not sure. My boss is not sure what is EXP. So there I need to be cautious that I need to print in proper way. How to do that? So I can do the alias part. So alias means I can rename the column's name over here. How to do that? So suppose employee ID I'm printing EXP. So after EXP, put a space and put the renamed column name, what you want to put. So EXP experience, space experience. So we can do in either way. We can put EXP, put a as keyword as EXP as experience. We can do this thing, or we can simply put experience after a space. Anything we can do. So it is working as an alias. I'm aliasing the column name with a new column name. Okay. Salary, I'm just putting the other keyword as same. Department. Okay, inside instead of department, DEPT, I'm using department. Okay, select employee ID, experience, salary, department from employee table. I'm just running it. You can see the thing has been updated. Employee ID, then experience, not EXP, it's experience, salary, department. Okay, this is called aliasing. But I'm not changing the table column. While displaying only, it's been changed. Because the table column can be modified with a different syntax, it's DDL. Okay, the table column name is same. It's EXP only. It's just in my select clause, the visualization has been modified. Okay, last day, if you can remember, last working day part, we have a session how to rename a column. There we use a alter statement. So it
Yes.
directly inside the table structure. Okay, so it's not the same thing. We are just doing a select statement over here. If I just remove this thing and put a star again, I can see the same value is coming. So aliasing is just nothing but modify the table column's name as per my choice in while doing the select query or inside the visualization, but it's not permanently changing the name, say the table. It's called column level aliasing. What is the next topic? Concatenation operator. It's an operator. And let's not coming this topic first. I'll be covering this topic at the later time. Okay, let me put this thing later. Column alias, then aggregation function. It's very important topic. What is aggregation function? So we can do some aggregation operation on top of my data set. Okay, what kind of aggregation functions? Suppose inside the table, I want to see the minimum experience. Okay, in the aggregation functions, what are the different operations? Summation, sum on particular integers, max of the particular integers, mean of the particular integers, count of the total. It's not only on integers, count of a particular thing, particular column's value, or just like this, average of a particular integers. So those are different aggregation we can do inside my table. So this is very important topic actually, aggregation function. How to do that? How to do the aggregation? So let's go ahead. Suppose my requirement is I need to choose the particular employee who has the minimum experience and maximum experience available in the table. Okay, so we can use just like min. Min is a function. Okay, now this is the topic I'm covering for the first time. There is lots of inbuilt function available inside the database. Okay, so min is one of the min. So it will be helping out to get the minimum value from a particular column's data. I just need to put the column value, suppose exp, mean of exp from employee. I'm just updating this thing. Let me run it. It's 2. Okay, so minimum experience from an employee is 2. I can also change max. $20. Okay. So this is how it should work. Suppose I want to see within each of the department, what is the maximum experience people? Let me show you the data first. I want to see, suppose my requirement is such a way that for each of the department, what is the maximum salary? Then how to do? If I directly put max, I can choose experience department. On top of experience, I can put max. That is fine. But if I run this query, it should be throwing an error. Because this is an aggregation function. If we are using in the select query a non-aggregating function on top of any non-aggregating columns, that is department, then I need to group that department over here at the end of the statement. So there we need to use group by keyword. I want to, in the select statement, I want to see department. Based on department, I'll be grouping the department. From each group of department, I want to show the maximum salary, maximum experience. So it should be group by department. So that's it. The non-aggregating column I need to put within a group by statement. It's a new statement coming. Let me run it. And you can able to understand what is the thing. From each of the department, I can get the maximum experience. From IT department, the maximum experience is 6. I want to see. Okay, I don't want. I want to see only this manner. Okay, fine. So for each of the department, you can see for IT department, the maximum experience person is 6 years of experience. VUIT 16, BPO 20, BA 10, HR 15. This is the maximum. I can go ahead with the same way for minimum as well. For this scenario, the same kind of stuffs I can do. Suppose I do not want to group the thing in a column. I just want to check minimum salary for IT department. I can directly put a where clause there, where department equal IT. There'll be no issue. But in the column level selection, I cannot see IT. If we want to see in the selection, if we want to see in the selection, aggregation column as well as the non-aggregating column, then we must have used a group by clause. Group by can be used after this IT. Let me put group by. Group by need to used after the where statement only. Okay. If we want to filter the data, let's filter the data and then put group by statement. Here I'm using department, so I need to choose this thing over here. As I'm filtering the data based on IT, so I'm grouping the department, then I can only see IT department at the output as well, because I'm using a filtering clause over here. Okay, that's why it's helping me. I can also put two aggregation columns over here. Sorry, maximum experience, then comma. Okay, so for IT department, this is the minimum experience people and this is the maximum experience people, 6. Okay. So based on department, I'm grouping it. If I just remove this where condition, I can see all the departments should be available. I'm triggering it. Again, the same thing I have run. Okay. Similar kind of stuff. Let's do a summation on top of a summation. Sum salary. If I do not want to group this salary based on a particular department, I just directly put select sum of salary or average. I mean, I want to check the average salary for the total employee. I don't want to group it based on any another column. So just put sum of the salary from a particular table. So the total wages is this. But I want to group the thing based on department. So similar kind of stuff should be there. Department, group by department. Okay. So total summation of the salary based on each of the department, I can see in this manner. I can also check average of the salary. This is the average of the salary based on each of the department. So we learned 2 or 3 things. Group by keyword. If we want to group the entire data set while doing any aggregation, the non-aggregating columns, I can put multiple columns over here as well. Employee ID. It will not be helping me because if I just group by employee ID means employee ID is a distinct column. So there nothing to group by, the same data should be returned. Okay. So only the department is a suitable over here. But if we have any non-aggregating columns, more than one columns, all the columns we need to put, all the non-aggregating columns we need to put in group by statement with comma separated as well. Suppose let me show you a quick example. The example is not suitable, but we need to use this thing as well. Why it's not suitable? Let me tell once more time. Okay. So the output is nothing but the same output from the table because employee ID, the relationship between employee ID and salary is 1-to-1. 1-to-1 mapping because employee ID is distinct in the entire data set. So I cannot able to group it. While grouping should be properly work, because I mean in the department tab, department was not distinct in nature. So there I want to check a bunch of people's average salary. Okay, I want to join a particular position. I want to check the average salary for each of the department. Based on that, I'll be choosing my career. Okay, so this is the requirement. So there, that's why I'm checking the average department. So I can see BUIT salary is much more than that. Then I'll be checking for how to be a BUIT person. Okay, so this is the concept of grouping by. Okay, any doubt till now? Akhil, Parth, Sudhir,
No.
no doubt. Okay, let me
No.
cover to count. Okay, yeah. Count. It's, I mean, count operation can be done with a not, I mean, integer column as well. Suppose I want to check how many departments are there. I can directly put within count. I can pass department. I'm not using any non-aggregation. It's a total. There are 10 rows. That's why 10 department. If I just do group by department over here as well. Let me do one thing. Okay. So for IT, there is 3 people. Total collection is 10, as we just checked. The count is helping with the count. Even we can pass over here count 1, because I'm already putting the same thing over here, based on which I'm aggregating as well as the non-aggregation columns. So I can remove this. If I'm just putting the same thing, I can remove the same thing from here. It's the same logic. That's why. Just think, you can also get the same thing. It should be the same output. Okay. So those are all the things. One more important thing on top of aggregation. Actually, aggregation is very, very, very important. So, okay. On top of aggregation, I can able to filter the data set as well. Let me do the same thing. In the same example, average of salary. Each department, average of salary. Let me check. Okay. Suppose I want to check the particular department whose average salary is more than 1 lakhs. Okay. So as average salary is being produced in this, so while putting any filtering operation on top of aggregation column, there we should not use a where clause, because where clause is the filtering operation we have learned already today's session. In today's session, we'll already learn. So where clause is only been used while putting the filtering operation for the existing column. Average salary is generated over here in this column, but where clause I can put for the existing column of the table. I can put where department in, suppose IT, BUIT, suppose HR, BPO. I just neglected one of them. Okay, one more thing I have left from the where clause. So I'm putting this way. I just leave only one BA, but I have put all the things. So for this kind of scenario, I can use this kind of operator. I just remove one thing. Later using, I mean, all these 4, I can just put where department not in BA. Just put this thing in a bracket. In keyword should be within a bracket. So why I need to choose everything? So I just need to eliminate only one. So I can go ahead with this thing. I missed this thing while checking over there. I can also do this not in operation in this way. Okay, this is the keyword, or I can also put exclamation sign equal. It's also not equal to. This is for single selection. For multiple selection, just like for in, to replace in, I can put not in. Okay, anything we can use. So select average salary department. I can use this way, but what my question is, by where clause, I cannot use the same where clause to do the filtering filtering operation on top of the aggregated columns. Okay, I can only filter out based on the existing column, that is department. That is already been done in earlier session. So what to do? We need to use a new keyword called having, and that should be used after group by. Okay, so having, within having, I can use any filtering operation on top of this calculative aggregated column. Let me copy this thing, Control C, Control V over here. So having average salary more than 1 lakhs. Okay, it's chosen BYT and HR. So whose salaries is more than 1 lakhs. So why I just mention this thing, because I'm just repeating once more time. If we want to filter the data based on aggregated columns, then we need to use having keyword. This is the difference between where and having. Their purpose is same, but where is the filter when we just have to put the existing row, existing column based on some data on existing column I want to filter, then I need to use where. On top of any aggregation columns filtering part, we need to use having. Okay. So if we want to choose everything, where clause, group by clause, having clause in a single query, then this should be the where, order. Where should be only put as soon as the query ended. The table name is ended. Select star anything from table, then we need to put where clause. After that, group by clause should be there. This is the order. Then having clause should be there. Okay, this way we need to print the data. We have covered most of the aggregation topic. Any doubt? Part, any doubt? Nothing?
No.
Actually, it's
No.
very important topic for everyone. Okay, I'll not be
Yes.
covering the rest of the topics for today. Tomorrow I'll be covering sorting the data and all. Okay. So if there is any stuck point or anything, whatever we have learned, let's discuss the same thing in tomorrow's session. But please try the same thing at your side. Create a database, any suitable database, whatever you want to prepare. Just create a database. Database already there. Create a table with lots of data, at least 10 or 20 records, and just go ahead with all these operations at your side. Then the thing should be clear. Okay. Okay. So I'm just stop sharing my session. Parth, you want to show something?
Yes.